in distress. Whit Stillman finally makes a movie after all these years. And it's off the beaten path, but I thought it was a nice, clean, good romantic comedy.
Okay.
Dark Horse by Todd Solondz. I worship at the altar of this man. I like every film he makes. Maybe it's because he makes films about outsiders and losers, and maybe I identify with it. Or maybe he's just good. Take it how you will. Argo with Ben Affleck. Sorry, not top 20. It is overrated. It's a good film.
I'm so mad at you for saying that. We saw that together.
Yes, and like I said, it's worth an honorable mention, but I didn't think he set the world ablaze of film with this film. I thought it was good.
Well, the one thing I do agree with you on this critique is that you felt like it was like, look how good I am at matching these situations. And it literally show you like the footage in the end. The shots, the shots in the end where they compare each scene. And it's sort of like, yeah, it didn't make sense for that to be there. It was sort of like, I want you to accept me as a director sort of thing. Which I don't think he needs to do at this point, you know?
Exactly. You've proven yourself. You're good.
But it was a good movie. But then again, it's a true story, so.
I know. Hey, you ain't got to bet it to me. I just didn't feel like it was top. It didn't capture my, like, I wasn't passionate about the film where I was like, oh my God, this is one of the best films I've seen this year. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to say, will I ever probably watch it again? Probably not.
Me too.
Maybe if it's on cable.
But I was on the edge of my seat, though, watching that. And you were
why
are you being so dramatic? I'm like...
Exactly. I'm like, oh.
I literally got lost in the moment, and I don't really do that in movies. And I was just like... But then again, I was probably a little sensitive that day. I was drinking the night before, so I don't know.
You didn't have to mention that, but okay. See? Full discrepancy. I was not drinking the night before. End of Watch with Michael Pena and Jake Gyllenhaal. This film came out of nowhere. I originally just wanted to see it because I was wondering how they were going to get out of the shootout in the trailer. And actually, the film was worth merit. And it's actually a really good thriller and character study.
Sounds interesting. Okay.
Even with the found footage angle, they make it work. It doesn't seem like a gimmick as much as most films do. Into the Abyss by Werner Herzog, a documentary about people on death row. Oh my God, I know. I bring depression back into it. But it's fully worth seeing, but it's a very hard film to sit through emotionally, and I would definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it by now. Life of Pi, which, as anybody knows my history with Ang Lee, I think he's a talented director, but I haven't always enjoyed his films. And it made the honorable mention list, so I definitely enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was one of the top films I've seen of the year.
I would love to see that movie, by the way.
You can soon when it's on DVD or video.
I've never read the book or anything, but when I saw the preview, I was for sure like, wow, that's a beautiful movie.
If you're into spirituality, you will love this.
Yes, that's why I think I took to it. I like that.
That's good. I'm into spirituality too, but, just wasn't not top 20 material for me. Pariah by Dee Reese, which is a black film about a girl realizing her sexuality. I really enjoyed this film, and I felt like this movie got slept on a lot. And, while we're all sitting here talking about supporting black cinema, I just find it a shame we all went out and saw Red Lights, which I'm happy we all went out to see it and supported it, but this film just passed underneath, and it was of more quality and better filmmaking.
P.S. What's Red Lights?
Red Light? Is it Red Lights?
It's Red Tails.
Red Tails, sorry.
Like,
oh, look, I'm getting corrected on my own show. Yes, Red Tails, the story of black fighter pilots that came out at the beginning of the year. While I like to see that story being told, I felt this film was told with more passion, more heart than Red Tails was, and better acting. And I just think it's a shame that it kind of went under the radar, and Dee Reese is definitely a major talented directorial voice that will definitely make better and good films in the future that we need to go out and see. And she's a black female director.
Nice.
Lincoln. Sorry to not make my top 20, but it did make an honorable mention. It's like a film you're going to watch in school or in high school. It's good. It surprisingly starts to affect you more than you expect to. But I just thought, while it's got great filmmaking and great acting, felt like reenactments, almost, of, what actually happened in history. And I guess, that's a compliment, but also that's a problem. And
wait, like in a vampire point of view? Like,
That's Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. I'm talking about Lincoln. Check out this one. This one is about the actual President Lincoln. And I just thought, I know, this is not to distract from the movie. This is probably just my little commentary. But it sounded like Daniel Day-Lewis, who does a great job, but his voice sounded like Locke, Terry O'Quinn from the television show Lost. That's just a personal thing. And finally, the last honorable mention is Clown, which is a Swedish comedy that just breaks all the rules of bad taste. But it's disgusting, but it's smart. It's funny. It's almost like it could be a sitcom, like 2.5 Men, the show, but showing a whole lot of naughtiness and stuff you shouldn't see. This is definitely not a film to watch with kids, and it's Clown with a K. It is available on Netflix Instant, and if you're into dark comedy, I highly suggest you check that out. And that is the end of the list. Yeah, I know. Look at how long the...
Finally.
I know. Oh, excuse me. Do you have any honorable mentions, or do you want to wait till the top 20 to mention the films you like this year? Because I know you don't have a list.
I don't have a list. The only one... I don't remember that many movies that I saw. Except the last movie that I saw was the James Bond movie.
Skyfall.
Which I thought was pretty good for what it is, you know. But aside from that, I think the one film that really affected me while watching was Argo. I don't know why, but like I said, I was really like, yeah, you were there for that.
I know, I was there for it, but I was just like, you haven't seen anything better than that?
I don't think so. And you're my movie buddy, and we haven't really been out to the movies just yet like that.
No, I'll admit I've been selfish. I've been hoarding them at home, watching them like, I must finish. I must get out the list before the Oscars!
And I actually been wanting to see the last Twilight installment. I'm sorry, I'm a fan. I get it. It's cheesy.
See, I wasn't gonna go see that. I'm sorry, fellas.
And obviously, he would never go see that. And I usually go with a friend who we normally see this, but for some reason, we just haven't been able to.
Hey, fellas. If you want to take her to go see Twilight,
it's not a movie that you watch.
Holler.
With a guy. I'm sorry, unless I watched it with you, which is different. But like, you know, like
yes, because I'm not a guy.
I want to like fawn over, you know, all the hot men in the movie, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not the guy to go with that. Well, that ends this business for this week. But as you all know, there's always unfinished business out there to be had and taken and tried to be finished. But first, before we go, have you seen Scott Pilgrim?
Of course. Hello, I saw it with you.
Yeah, okay.
You forced me to
But, you know, it's a question I always ask.
And I got my family to watch it, and I watched it over and over and over again. I love that movie.
See, that's really what you gotta do, guys.
Really
but if you haven't seen it, if not, why not? Because it is fucking awesome. But also, since this is a recommendation show, and even though we just went through a bunch of honorable mentions, I also have to ask, have you seen, what should I recommend for you guys this week? Have you seen All About Eve? If not, why not? It's a fucking classic!
All About Eve?
Yes, you should definitely see that film.
With Ginger Evans?
Yes, with...
Oh my god!
Yeah, she's a classic movie or more Marilyn Monroe movie buff.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, if not, why not? Because it's fucking awesome and it's classic. And that will end this week of our honorable mentions. Stay tuned because coming up soon